Hi all, Graham here. Something a little bit different. I've been waiting for Age of Chivalry and I've painted up a complete English faction warband, and I've also painted up a French one. I'm desperate to use my figures, so with no saga, Lions Rampant it is. And I'm lucky that my good friend Alex is super keen on these rules, so we decided to have a game at Farnborough Wargames. Anyway, we played a 30-point game. Here's my build, quite simple. And Alex is the French. Quite simple build, but he's gone for crossbow with Pavises, which we've had previous discussions, and maybe they're overpowered, maybe they're not. Let's see what happens today. A super quick apology. For the first 10 minutes, there's just a 1 second lag between the audio and the visual, but it does improve. Anyway, here it is. Okay, good evening, Alex.
Hello, Graham.
I'll just let everybody see you, because this is the famous Alex. Right, so tonight we're playing Lions Rampant, and it's predominantly, I would say, 80 to 90% my figures on the table. So I'm really excited to have them out, finally use them on both sides. So for Alex is playing the French. Perhaps you'd just like to very quickly tell everybody what your army is.
Yes, okay. Starting over here.
Oh, over there. So
a unit of elite cavalry, effectively knights.
Yep.
And then I've got a unit. This is the only unit I've got on the table that I've painted. That's heavy infantry.
And by the way, they look fantastic.
And they're not upgraded. It's normal heavy infantry, so they can do wall of spears.
Okie dokes.
Then I've got a unit of crossbow
skirmishers.
And then the unit of crossbow with Pavises, so they're going to be hard to kill for you.
They look very nice, by the way.
I've got another unit of knights behind them, and I've got another unit of heavy infantry, but they have been upgraded to veterans, so they're better off attacking than just defending.
And a unit of 12 as well. So on my side, I've gone for quite a compact formation. I've got 2 units of longbow there and there, although they're just bow, but they are elite bow, so they hit a little bit easier. And I've got 1, 2, 3 units of elite infantry, and these are my knights, and that's all I've got. So Alex actually has got 1 more unit than I have, so that will make the game quite interesting.
But they're only skirmishers, so they won't do anything.
Well, you say that. I'll remind you of that. So first of all, we need to decide what we're doing. We're just doing an encounter game, because we've just had the club AGM, and we're just going to do an encounter game, and then probably 9:30 we'll see you. We'll stop at 9:30, and then we'll just decide who is the winner or the loser then. And we'll do it on points, obviously, points lost.
Okay.
So losing your skirmishers will mean nothing, it's only 2 points, whereas... So, who's the first player? Highest is the first 5. 3, it's me. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, okay, so I'm feeling my way a little bit with the rules for with Lions Rampant. Here's my warband. I'm going to advance them just a little bit. So first things first, you have to decide what you're doing, and they're all going to be moving. So my elite infantry, they move on a 5+. So this unit here, nearest the camera, will be first. I rolled a 7.
No problem.
No problem, and they move 6 inches, so I'm going to move them up to 6 inches like this. Next, I'm going to move the longbow, which is to one side. These ones here.
But they move on 6+, not 5+.
They move 6s, so 6+. So I rolled a 6, which was fortunate. Right. So again, they move 6 inches. This is good. He's running away, he's facing the wrong way. He didn't tell me, Alex. My Richard III figure in the middle here, move 11, so that's good. The longbow, or the bow, to one side, which is those just here. I'm going to try and activate them. 6.
Just about.
Just about. And finally, the men-at-arms on the far side. I rolled a 7. So everything's moved. So that was rather good, wasn't it?
Pretty good.
Okay, over to you, Alex. First.
I shall start with my skirmishers in the middle. And skirmishers move on 5+.
So, you rolled
So they can do an 8-inch move.
so they move quite quick.
Yeah, and they don't get slowed by terrain either. So they're safely in the wood, which is where skirmishers like to be. Then the heavy infantry.
8.
Yep,
What do you need for
They
those?
move on 5s.
Are they elite infantry or are they heavy infantry?
They're heavy infantry.
Okay.
So they move 6 inches.
They're not. Are they warrior infantry? Or?
No, they're just heavy infantry.
Okay, I'll beg
the
your
warriors are different. Yeah.
Right.
Then I'm going to move this. Sorry, I've moved the wrong ones, haven't I?
They're the Pavises, yeah. You should.
These are the crossbowmen.
Crossbow. Now, do they move slower because they got a Pavise?
Yeah, and they move on 6+. Well, I rolled an 8, so they're still fine. They moved up, and
So are they slower?
No, they still move 6 inches.
So they move full speed, even though they're carrying that great big bit of wood.
Yeah, they're 6 inches. Basically, everything is 6 inches on foot, except the skirmishers, which are 8 inches, and the mounted are all 10 inches.
Okay. So, who's next then?
So they move up. Now the heavy infantry, which I meant to move earlier. 5. Yeah, they do move on 5, so they just about made
Just
that.
about did that. This is here for effect. This actually isn't here at all. Isn't
It's so
not,
little.
It's not going to give cover. No.
The hedge has just newly been planted. It's only about ankle high, so we're not losing anything for that.
It's very agricultural of you, Alex.
It's not a ploughed field. It's dry. It's summer, and it's just like solid. So.
But if it was Agincourt, it'd be a bit different.
I'll make it up as I go.
I know you are. I can
we
tell.
did agree though before that's just there for effect. Right, the other heavy infantry over there.
Where are they?
Behind the wood.
Behind the wood.
They need 5 as well. They get 6.
Everybody's succeeding, aren't they?
Just managing to do this, aren't I? Now the ones that are going to be harder to move are the knights.
So these are elite cavalry, aren't they?
Yeah, so they move on 7+.
They've got wild charge as well, which we'll come on to later.
Yeah, which is a little bit worrying.
So which
one? We'll move these ones over here first.
Yep.
If I get 7+. I
11. Oh dear. They're going to run the sheep down. Look.
Oh yeah, look, the poor sheep on the hill. What they'll do is sheep are quite clever. They tend to get out the way when, and so does the shepherd. So there we are. The sheep are scattering away as they would, as the knights come thundering along.
And by the way, they look great, don't they?
They're nice figures, Graham. Have you used any of these before? Am I going to use?
This side. I've used none of them at all. You're the first person.
Oh.
So
I've got to do well with them.
Or you've got to lose.
The pressure's on me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you will.
Right,
you are the guru of
I'm
all
going to
things
try and
like
move
Rampant.
this unit behind here.
7.
It does move, and they're just going to move up into a convenient place behind those.
Okay,
crossbowmen.
so everybody moved.
No failures.
No failures. Incredible. Right. Okay. So it's my turn. Well, I'm going to stop. If I was going to put stakes, I would have put stakes down now, because I need you to come on to me. So I'm going to actually say, I'm going to stay exactly where I am and let you move.
I think that's actually a good plan. The only problem we've got is that these bows over here are blocked a little bit by that hill.
Okay. So if I move them up, if I get onto the crest of that hill a little bit, so I'm going to move them. Try to. So. Yeah. I rolled a 5.
Oh, they failed anyway.
But
no,
I've got
get
my
one reroll.
I've got my reroll because my warlord, Edward III, is right next to it, and I'm going to use the mat because that's where I went wrong.
I'm glad you did that first.
7.
Yes, they can move.
So they're going to move just up onto the hill like that. So now there is no peak of the hill. I'm going to put them there like that.
And we always play the rule that once you're on the hill, you can see and be seen as well.
Correct.
They don't actually have a crest.
It's actually a saga rule, which does work well. And I'll do the men at arms to the right. I should move them forward as well.
Yeah, support their flank.
5.
They do. They're all right with that. I think.
They just move.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move them up to the top of the hill like that. And that will be my turn. So over to you then, Alex.
I like to see that Graham is using the traditional sort of layout for the English, where you've got.
I think it's going to bite me on the arse.
You've got elite infantry, then bow, then elite infantry, then bow, then elite infantry. So the elite infantry there are basically to protect the bowmen from being attacked.
We shall see.
And I think historically that's how they did it.
Do you know what?
And there must have been a good reason.
I'm thinking about it. 18 inches. I'm going to move. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to move a little bit forward as well. So I'm going to move my CNC forward. I rolled a 7. A little bit staggered. Like that. I'll move the bowman forward a little bit, or try to. 6.
Yeah.
Do I need 6? I do. Just to there.
You do.
Slight echelon. And the last group, I'm just going to move him up to there.
So we're playing the rule where if you get one failure which the CNC can re-roll, but no more after that. If another unit fails, then that's it.
That's it. So, okay, over to you then, Alex.
Thank you.
What are you going to do, mate?
I'm going to move the skirmishers first.
And they are there in the woods. Rolled a 4.
Oh, no, I failed.
That's not good, is it?
And my CNC, which is... You better tell me which is the CNC here, right?
One on the white horse.
The one on the white horse. Oh yeah, luckily he's within range of that.
What's the range? 12 inches, isn't it?
12 inches, and in fact the nearest figure is 7 inches away.
Okay.
So I can re-roll that.
5.
And I failed again.
It's my turn.
So I failed to move.
The beauty of Lion's Rampant, that's called.
That's called Lion's Rampant, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do absolutely nothing, and I'm just going to pass. Over to you.
You little rotter. Well, I'm going to try again with my skirmishers, because I do want those to get to the edge of the wood. Oh, this time they managed to do it.
What's their range?
Well, they've only got a 12-inch range. All skirmishers have only got a 12-inch range.
Unlike my bowmen, they've got 18 inches.
So, in fact, there's no point in me stopping at the edge of the wood, because you're never going to move forward to attack me, are you?
Well, I might do.
I bet you won't.
I might do. You do.
So I might as well move forward at 8 inches and come out of the wood. If Graham had come forward there, I probably would have stayed in that wood, because skirmishers do like woods, but there's no point in me staying further back because I'm not in range. Right, so that's that one. The heavy infantry over here first. Oh, they failed, so that's my second failure, so I'm not moving again.
Is that my turn? Well, this is more interesting, isn't it? So, looking over here, they're all within 18 inches there.
Yeah.
And my other bowmen are here. If one's in, they're all in, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah, once one's in, they're all in, yeah.
Okay, so I'm first of all going to try firing from here onto your skirmishers. And to fire with bowmen...
Oh, now, what range are they? Within 12 inches?
They're over 12, but...
Now, that is normally the case.
Oh, actually, no, looking at that, I am within 12 there.
Are you?
Yes, I am. You tell me. You tell me.
The reason I'm saying this is it's from head to head or base to base.
Look.
I don't think that's in, Graham, mate. I'm sorry. If you do from the edge of your base,
okay,
even then, it's not in.
Well, as any of the subscribers know
So
who watch my games, what an amicable kind of guy I am. I'm going to try and shoot you. So first of all, archers, and I've got these little cards here I've made up. Their shooting ability is 6+, so I need a 6.
Now, before you do that, these cards which we use, if you only got, like Graham's and got 2 troop types, and it's useful to have these sort of quick reference cards, but I'm reading the one about skirmishers at the moment, which I am, and skirmishers are hard to target. So if shot at, may only be targeted within 12 inches, and the armour is 2. So in fact, you can't shoot anyway.
So this little bit of ranging out you just done was to your advantage.
I'm sorry. Do I look it?
Did you know that? Okay, well, all right. Well, in that case, then nothing else is, well, 18 inches. 18 out of range. Out range. Right, I'm just going to pass again and let you go again, Alex.
If anything else gets within 18 inches, you can shoot, but not at skirmishers.
Oh, right, okay.
However, I am going to move them, so I wouldn't worry. They're going to soon be in range, but not at the minute. I'm going to move these heavy infantry first.
Okay, they look good. 10.
Yes, they can move. You can only move at 6 inches though. They're a bit slow. The crossbowmen in the middle here.
With the Pavises.
They move at 6+.
10.
Yes, they can. They can do 6 inches.
These are going to be my nemesis, I think.
They're going to be in range in a minute, aren't they? Then I'm going to move the heavy infantry, which is on their flank. Yes, they can move. Mind you, if the farmer's planted some seed in this field, he's probably not very happy. There we are, there's the farmer. He's waving his arms about, saying, "What are you doing? Go away." Right, what am I going to do next? Now I'm going to move the skirmishers.
5. No, you're not.
No, I'm not moving them. And my leader on the... Oh yeah, he's still within 12 inches, so I can do a re-roll there. And this
9.
time they can move forward. Now, move forward at 8 inches.
What are they armed with? So they're shown as with crossbow, but are
They
they?
are armed with all skirmishers in these rules. Whatever they're armed with, whether it be bow, crossbow or sling, have all got the same range of 12 inches. It's because it's not.
But
it's
do they-
considered to be.
Is it? Do they hit one easier like crossbow do or not?
No, they don't. They get no advantage over any other skirmish.
I should hope so.
groups.
At 2 points a unit, then
It's considered to be a light crossbow, basically. And again, if it was bowmen, it would be more of a hunting bow rather than a war bow, which the longbowmen would be armed with. So all skirmishers, whatever they're armed with, have got the same stats.
Right. Okay. So you've moved them. You've moved them forward. You've moved them. You've moved them. So all you've got is your knights and your officer.
So I'll try and move my knights on the left here first. Yeah, they needed a 7 and they got a 7. Now I'm just going to do some dodgy manoeuvring here. I just want to check the distance. Because they move at 10 inches and I'm 19 inches away. Wow. What do I do?
This was a friendly game, Alex.
I know. I just like to make sure I'm within range of you next time.
So it means you can charge me next time.
Well, it is. It's fair to point that if you move your elite troops forward to block me, at the moment I'll be very tempted to charge your bowmen there because I can choose. In fact, when they're within 10 inches, they have to do
A wild charge.
a wild charge. So I have to pick a unit and try and charge it.
So you can choose any unit, even
Even
if one's 1 inch away and one's 10 inches away, or 9.5 inches. You can choose between those
Yes,
two
you
units.
can choose.
Not the
They
nearest.
both have to be in range. You don't have to choose the closest target because
Okay.
it might be very much against your advantage. For example, if you had some skirmishers in a wood much closer than another infantry unit, it would be daft for the knights to charge these skirmishers in a wood because they'd be at a great disadvantage. So you can elect which unit you charge. You must charge something, but you can choose which one it is. Now, at the moment, I'm going to be more inclined to charge your bowmen because they're not very effective against cavalry, or less effective than your elite infantry.
Right.
But if you move your elite infantry forward in a minute, so you block me, I'm going to have to charge you.
Right. Okay. And finally,
That's your choice.
okay. And finally, you've got your officer.
And my leader is going to try and move up. And he
5.
fails to, so he's staying where he is.
And you use your reroll, so it's my turn.
It's your turn, mate.
Right. I think we know what's going to happen here. I've got to shoot my bowman at your knights that are moving forward. This is the moment, isn't it?
This is the bowman,
And-
so to shoot it's
And
6 plus.
I'm within 12, which is a point. Okay, so 6 plus. I rolled an 8. That's good. So I've got 12 dice.
12 dice. And they are veteran bowmen, aren't they? Veteran archers,
Yes,
so they hit on 4, 5 and 6.
So 4, 5 and 6 is...
If it was over 12 inches, then you'd only be hitting on 5s and 6s, but as it's within 12 inches, it's 4s plus, yeah.
1, 2s and 3s come out.
take out the misses, as I
As you
pointed out,
famously-
I kept saying the other
That was
day.
great, that was. So that's 6. Now you've got an armour of 4, haven't you?
I have.
So that means I've killed 1.
Yep.
So 1 automatically comes off, so he's got an armour of 4. And now, because he's received a fatigue, he has to roll a morale test.
I do. And I've taken 1 casualty, so it's 1 off that. Whatever I roll, I've got to take 1 off.
So he's rolled an 8.
8, yeah. Down to 7. But the courage for that unit is 4+.
So you're fine.
So I'm all right.
So, okay, so my guys just to the right of them, I'm going to try and move them, as discussed earlier, offer a little bit of protection. I rolled a 5.
Ooh.
What do I need?
All right, they move on.
Do I move?
They do, they move on 5+.
So I'm going to move 6 inches.
Targeting the archers.
Right, okay, so I've got my bowman here, and I have to shoot at your skirmishers.
You don't have to if you're within 18 inches, you can elect to shoot over here.
No,
As it happens,
Alex is trying to talk me into doing something I don't want
hitting
to.
these on 5s and 6s, and because they're hard to target, which I mentioned. These spearmen, these heavy.
Pavise.
Now these are my Pavise crossbowmen. So they've got an armour of 3 because they've got a Pavise. Oh no, in fact they've got an arm. Can I just check that actually, Graham?
Okay.
We haven't used.
So look at shooting at the Pavises. Explain that again, Alex. They've normally got an armour of.
They normally got crossbowmen normally got an armour of 2.
Which is
but
nice.
Because they're armed
Pavises, they go up to
with
4.
The Pavise, they go up to 4. So they're hard to kill.
First things first, I've got to find out if I can actually shoot them. So,
Go on then.
4.
Oh, maybe not going to shoot.
Reroll.
You have got a reroll.
7.
They do now.
What did I need to shoot? 6, wasn't it? 6. Right. So I'm going to shoot at the skirmishers, because they've got an armour of 2, haven't they?
This they have, but they got an armour of 2. They normally got an armour 1, but against shooting they got an armour of 2.
So I need anything but a 1.
No, you've got to get 2 hits.
Oh,
to
so
hit
yeah,
me.
yeah.
You're hitting with 4s, and every 2 you get will kill a.
Sorry,
skirmisher.
that's not great actually.
Well, that looks pretty good.
So I've hit you. I took a 3 out there. Sorry, 4s. You said, yeah.
You hit me 3 times.
So it's 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was painful, wasn't it?
So that's what you do when you mess with the longbow.
Right, so I've got to do a test.
Yep.
Oops,
We'll see what
I
he's.
rolled out, but it was a 5. I've lost 3 men, so I'll take 3 away. I'm down to 2. My leader isn't within 12 inches, so I get no bonus there. And my skirmishers have got a courage of 5, so they clearly haven't managed to survive that test. So that means I've got to go back battered.
Now Alex has got some
Half a move. Yes.
half move, and you've got some lovely markers you need to get out.
Yes. I thought you wanted me to get those out. No, that was painful for me.
So that will slow him up a little bit. So I've got nothing else I want to do, so I'm going to stop there,
I thought you might.
and I'm going to let you move again. Who's going to be first? Now, first things first. With Lions Rampant, do you not need to do a morale
to try and
test?
rally them
Do you do that before the wild charge or after the wild charge?
Before.
Yes.
So he's got to try and remove the batteredness first. So
And if I fail, they go back again.
and you lose a
another
figure as well, don't you? Is an 8.
8 minus 3 is 5.
5.
Ooh, they're fine, because that's all they need, 5. And in fact, my leader is within 12 inches anyway now, so it would have made them 6. But they remove the battered marker, but they don't do anything else that move.
Okay.
But they have recovered.
Damn you, Alex.
Now I've got to do the wild charge.
So the wild charge. So these guys here, as Alex just mentioned earlier, they've got to charge, or you can try to control them to stop them from charging, can't you?
Yeah, I rolled. If a wild charge is, I only need 5+, so it's unlikely I won't go in there. And as you're the only target, I've got to hit your lead
5.
infantry.
So you need less than 5 to control them.
No, yes, true.
Yeah. So what do you? He's rolled a 9. So he's going in.
I am.
So in they go.
Tally ho. I know we're French, we don't say that, do we?
Oh, hee-haw.
Oh, was it? Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I don't know.
Put the sheep out of the way.
Right, so
All
we have a melee so early.
Yes, we are indeed.
So do you roll? You roll first, don't you? So do we need a big
So
dice?
my attack value is 3+ because I'm attacking you, and your defence value is 4+ because you are defending.
So okay, so you need 3+. Is that right?
I need to hit you with. I'm hitting you on 3+.
And I'm hitting you on a 4+.
Yeah, and we both got armour of 4, so we need quite a few hits to take a casualty. Do you want me to roll first?
Yeah, I do. I think you ought to.
So I need 3s. Do you want to take out the ones?
I can't see you.
Graham?
The dice are fantastic, Alex. They really show up on the camera well.
Right, so I got 8 hits on you, which is 2 casualties on you.
So
I'm quite happy with that.
So that's not good. And
Now
I need
you
4s.
hitting me on 4.
So I'm elite. Do I get any bonuses for being elite?
No, the fact you're hitting on 4s.
Oh, that's it, is it?
That's it, isn't it? There's no more bonuses. No.
4s needed.
4s are needed.
Our chairman's just rolled up. He always likes to watch me roll badly.
Of course. It's the only way you
Oh, look,
well
bloody!
done. You can come anytime.
You can bugger off as well. Look at that. That's shocking.
You got 2 hits there, which is a bit of zilch.
Yeah, no, that's called nil point for the French.
I'm glad you appreciate me, Graham. Don't you go anywhere. You just stay there.
You can bugger off.
Come back when it's important.
Oh, you've just done it. Right, so I've got to do a morale test.
You have to, yes.
I rolled a
It's
7.
not a brilliant roll.
So I lost 2, down to 5. My guys are...
Yeah, good. They're elite infantry. They got a 3+ courage, so they've got to roll really badly.
So they're actually not too bad.
So you do have to fall back because although you didn't fail your courage test, you are the loser of the
So
melee.
I go back half my move, so I go back 3 inches, is that right?
You do.
Which kind of opens up my poor old bowman, doesn't it?
Well, it does rather expose them somewhat, but then again, you will be shooting before I go in, so I
I
don't
will be,
think
yeah.
you...
I'm going to have another go. Right.
That was a bit unlucky, Graham, wasn't it?
Was it really? Okay, so what's next?
Next, they're the things I had to do. I
So
had
now
no
you do
option.
your normal
Now I
moves.
can choose.
Yes, normal moves or
I'm
shoots.
just going to measure how near you are. Yeah, we are within 18 inches, so I'll be hitting on 4. I'm going to shoot with my crossbowman.
So your crossbow,
So they need a 7+ to shoot.
wait a minute, where is
Crossbow
it?
are harder to shoot than longbow.
Yeah.
This is because they got a slower reload rate. I think that's why
Nice, yeah, nice.
done, and I think that's a good idea.
So
I
7's
need
needed.
7+ to be able to shoot, which I failed to get.
This is good news.
But I do get 1 re-roll from my leader here.
Yeah, he's
who's
within 12 inches.
I'm gonna try
Could you fail
again.
twice on the bounce? No.
So I do manage to shoot, thank goodness.
Who are you shooting
12
at?
dice. I'm going to shoot at your longbowmen here,
All right.
because they've only got an armour of 2, and they're vulnerable to crossbows if I shoot, which I do.
So you still hit me on 4s, though, aren't you?
No, I don't, because I'm more than 12 inches away. I only hit you on 5s.
Ah, okay.
I did think about moving up, but I would lose that opportunity to shoot this move, and by then you'll shoot at me. And
Yep.
so I decided I may have maybe should have moved, but anyway, I need 5 and 6s. Let me just move the ones out the way that I'm not counting. So I've got 5 hits on you, which is 2 casualties.
2 casualties.
And that means, of course, you've got to do a courage test as well.
Rolled a 9.
Right, you're all right with that?
Yeah. So their courage is just to show is
4+.
But I'm -2, so 9 down to 7. 4+ is good.
You'd have to roll badly to fall.
Well,
back
listen,
there.
I've done it once today already, Alex. So
I've seen you roll badly. Yeah, so. Now, I still got to move some units, so I shall move.
You've used your re-roll
Now,
once.
incidentally, I've got these little markers which I put down sometimes to remember that those units have already moved. They've been activated.
What do they say, Alex?
These are made by war bases. I asked them to make them for me.
They are war bases are brilliant, aren't they? Yeah. I do like.
You don't normally forget, but sometimes if you have a bigger game with more troops on the table, you forget who you moved and who you haven't. So if you put that down, there's no argument, is there?
Not that we would argue.
In fact, you could argue that shouldn't be activated. That had a rally. So
I wouldn't argue that these guys were 12 inches away, Alex, earlier.
Right, so I'm going to try and move these infantry.
Okay. 11.
Yeah, they're no problem to move forward. Trundle forward at 6 inches. My worry is that you've got another elite infantry unit over there on that flank.
And
so they've been activated, and now the last unit I'm going to move. Oh no, I've got 2 more to move. I've got this spearman here. They'll move first. Yes, they do.
Does this man ever fail?
I'm doing quite well at the moment. I did at the beginning, if you remember, I tried to move my skirmishers.
It didn't seem to matter because I wasn't moving at all. So, and your officer at the back.
And my leader,
10.
Yeah, he's just going to come up right behind those.
The Bohemia.
So I do need to move those out of the way, really, or go round them. Anyway.
So it's my turn?
It's my turn, yeah.
Right, okay, so the important one is here. I've got to shoot. So they're going to shoot at the knights as they come in.
You just got to hope that you roll 6+, mate. Ooh, only just.
I'll take that. Right, you don't with lines rampant. Worthy of note. When you shoot, you shoot with all 12 dice until you go below half strength.
When you get half
or below.
Figures, yeah.
Half or below. So I need.
So you're close range. You're hitting on 4s, and I've got armour of 4. So you need 4 hits to kill a figure.
So my bonus is actually.
You're hitting on 4s.
What, because I'm elite archers.
Yeah.
What do I?
Yeah.
It would be normally 5s.
You upgraded them to veteran archers rather than just normal, which would normally be
4s needed. Can I do better? As our chairman nowhere near.
I wish he'd come back. Actually, that's still not brilliant, but you have got enough to get a figure off.
I've killed 1, so I needed. It's in multiples of 4, so that's good.
So I've lost a figure.
So he's got to do a morale test. Oh, we call that cat's eyes, don't we, Alex? Oh dear, oh dear. He's holding his head. He's lost 2 figures. That takes him down to 0. Perhaps you'd like to explain what happens now, Alex.
Well, if my memory serves me right, once you get down to 0, or is it below 0, Andy?
It is 0.
Is it down to 0? I'm looking at you appealingly, hoping that you're going to say it's below 0.
Oh, man. What I'll do is I'll just
because I rolled 2, and because I've lost 2 casualties, I'm on 0, and because my leader isn't anywhere near to help.
You've got courage of 3.
It's the worst possible thing you can do. So is, I've got courage of 3.
But if you go down to 0, basically it means the unit.
Yeah, if I'd been below 3, I could have just fallen back. But because it's actually on 0, they disappear.
Yes.
So this is wiped out. Yeah.
Well, those figures that I painted, that I proudly painted, have lasted all of about 4 turns.
Well, that's what happens when you give them to Alan.
Yeah, well.
Well, it's fair to say, had there been my figures, I wouldn't have rolled 2 1s.
Right. Okay, so that's good. My other archers are here.
That's a disaster for me.
Not for me. So when you're saying I'm shooting at these guys, I'm over 12 inches away, I'm hitting you on 4s, is that right? But your armour is 4.
Yeah, 18 inches you can shoot at these and you'll be hitting on 5s because they're over 12 inches.
Okay, but these are
not. Or you
not.
can shoot these that are within 12 inches and you'll be hitting on 4s.
I'm going to
And they've got lesser, and they've got armour of 3.
What are they? What are those guys? They're just heavy infantry.
They're heavy infantry.
Okay, I'm going to fire at those. So, needing
6+.
6s. 7.
Do you
know what, Alex? I only just did that.
I think the longbow look like they're going to make me pay for my stupidity in attacking frontally, like the French always seem to do in that period.
So I need, with these guys, what's your armour?
Again, you need 4, 5, 6, and I've got armour of 3. So you need at least 3 hits to kill 1 figure, or 6 to kill 2. 4s, 5s, and 6s is what you're looking for.
That's not too shabby, is it? So multiples of 4, did you say?
Oh, this is painful.
So I took 2 figures off.
No, you've got 3. I've got armour of
Oh, armour of 3.
So you've taken off 3 figures.
Oh yes, sorry, I beg your pardon, but I needed 4s. Yep. Okie dokes. So another morale test
Is
coming
this
in.
a repeat of Cressy or Andy or a
I'm
bit of
certainly hoping so. You need 2 dice, Alex.
both? I do. Now my courage is 3+ heavy infantry. They've got quite good courage. Luckily
10.
they rolled well, so
That's
it's not
fine.
a problem.
Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Nothing. I'm just going to sit here.
You're doing a typical English thing, just standing there, aren't you?
Absolutely. This turtling lark is quite up my street.
You're saying, come to me.
Come to me, Daddy.
Right.
Right. What
My
are you?
turn.
Your turn. What are you going to do? Where are you going to start? Well, you've got nothing battered.
I'm going to move my Pavese crossbowman, Pavese protected crossbowman up because I do want to get that better factor for when I shoot.
Yep.
So I need to do that. To activate that unit to move, I need 6+.
Oh,
What
is
am I
that?
doing with these 2 ones? They fail, but I do get a re-roll because the leader is just behind them. Oh, I don't believe it. I failed again.
So you failed twice,
That's it.
and the
One move
beauty of
over.
Lines Rampant is that's the end of your turn. So I believe it's my turn again. So I'm not going to worry about them too much. I'm going to try and fire once more at that same target.
Why wouldn't you?
Alex failed twice. Did a double jubble. We need to get a term for that, Alex. When you failed twice,
Yes.
we need to give it a name.
I missed
We need to
that.
give it a name, mate. When you fail
no, we
twice,
don't.
We need to call it something. Do it an Alex. Doing an Alex.
Yeah, doing an Alex.
So from now on, we're going to call it doing an Alex.
I'm known for it. Go on, thank you for that, Graham.
No. You can copyright it if you want. Right, I'm going to shoot from there to there again. I've rolled a 7, which is what I needed. So again, needing 4s. Needing 4s
Every 3
and multiples
hits
of
is a
3.
kill.
4s. So take.
Graham's getting excited now, folks.
Oh, I am.
You
So
can
we'll.
tell by the way he's rolling those dice.
Oh, not quite. Close, but no cigar. Nearly 3, but 2.
2 more figures gone,
That's good news.
which means that unit has lost 5. So when I do a courage test, it's now -5 on whatever I roll.
Oh dear.
So
You did want an early bath tonight, didn't you, Graham? I'm only doing this for you.
yeah, I know. You're.
So I rolled a 4. -5 is -1. You don't have to be a brilliant mathematician to work out.
Your
that
leader
they've
is
also
within
gone.
12 inches, but that doesn't take you above 0,
No,
so
no.
they're gone as well.
Gone as well.
Oh dear.
Right, so it's your turn again.
Do you know what? I'm going to stay where I am.
I'm going to put activated there just to let you know you've activated
Alex,
those.
I'm
Don't
gonna,
you want to shoot these?
oh yeah, I can shoot there, can't I? Yeah.
I'm just going to remind you, Graham, because I'm sort of that person.
I'm going to try and shoot at that target there. So
You
again,
need 6+. Yeah.
12. That's the opposite. That's the
You don't
opposite.
get a bonus for
That's the opposite of doing 2 1s, isn't it?
It is, right.
That's called doing a grey.
I wish it
doing a
was.
Graham, yeah.
I wish it was. Again, so what's their armour this time?
They've still got armour of 3.
Are they the same as the other group that I just
They
shot off the
are,
table?
yeah.
Right. Oh, that's not so good, is it? That's not so good at all.
You're hitting on 4s, yeah. That's still a figure.
Yeah.
And that's the first figure off that unit, which is the first time it's been on the table.
One is enough. Can you do an Alex again, as we called it? Can you do it again, Alex?
Should we try?
We're watching.
No, we can't.
5, but
But luckily it's got a courage of 3. It's only lost 1 figure, so it's okay.
loving it, to use an expression that a man uses around it.
Although
Loving
they are
it.
feeling a little bit worried now.
And at that point, I'm going to stop and say just
Are
sooner or later
doing
you get.
anything more?
No, I don't need to. Why bother?
Why bother indeed?
Let's
Right.
make you move your Pavese crossbow forward. So Alex's turn.
I'm going to move my crossbowman forward.
You're going to try to. Oh, so what did you need, Alex?
I need 6+ to do that, and I failed, so I'm going to try again, because I get a re-roll. And I fail again.
So this is what was known as doing an Alex. This has now become coined. Anyway, I digress.
That was a good turn, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't want to be late anyway.
So I'm going to shoot again.
I'm not going to be, am I?
I'm going to shoot at the men-at-arms again. Same target.
Yeah.
So let's do it like that. 8. Is that enough?
Yes, it is enough. You know very well it's enough.
Just rubbing it in now.
6 plus.
He's loving this, isn't he?
Oh, he's loving this.
Loving it.
He's loving this.
I like to make his evening, you know.
Right.
I try very hard.
Oh, I don't see many low ones in there, my friend. So,
Take out the missus then.
take out the misses. You love. Take his just 10, just the 10. So it's 3, 6, 9. Multiples of 3.
So take out 3.
So you've lost how many?
4 altogether now.
So now you've got a morale test. Can it carry on?
I roll 6, minus 4, I'm down to 2. My leader isn't within 12 inches, so I've failed. I haven't reached my courage of 3, so I have to fall back, and I get one of those little red stickers saying I'm battered.
You fall back 3 inches.
3 inches.
You're trying to do that half or 6 or 3 or half.
The only good news is that now
Over 12.
you've got longer to fire at me.
Oh dear,
longer
oh dear.
range. But I'm not looking very good at the moment.
Well, I don't know. I think you're looking fantastic, Alex. And at that point, I'm going to say, these are going to try and shoot. It'd be interesting to see how they get on with your
Well, they might be, because
Pavised.
they're within 18 inches.
Your
so they're going
Pavised
to hit
guys.
on 5s, but you need to roll 6 plus to be able to do that first. Well, you haven't failed to fire yet with your long.
So I need 5s to hit
5s to hit.
because you're Pavised,
Yeah.
but your armour is what?
My armour is 4,
So 5s.
so you're going to need a lot of.
1, 2, 3.
Enough, Graham.
Not enough.
What a shame.
My heart bleeds. Oh well, you can't have everything, can you? And at that point, I'm going to go. Yeah.
Now, since I'm not getting any luck moving them forward, I'm just going to shoot them in a minute. I'm going to
Oh, are
move
you?
my
You're gonna-
knights to one side first of all.
You're gonna try to move
Although
your
they
knights.
only move on 7 plus. No, I'll shoot these first. And they shoot on 7 plus.
What do you think?
I've managed to shoot them, Graham. The same as you did, I'm hitting on 5s, but you've only got armour of 2, of course.
Take out the 1, 2s and 3s.
It's 4 hits, so it's 2 figures off your longbows.
Oh wow.
Your longbow have only got armour of 2, you see. So I've got a
They
better
are, aren't they?
chance of doing damage on you, so that's why I'm staying.
Oh, here we go. Come on, baby.
Well, they've got 8, they've
So
lost 4, so they're down to 4.
There are, so they're
They get 1 for their leader nearby, they're on
5,
5.
but their courage is 4 plus anyway.
Yeah, so they're all.
So to use the expression, they're loving it.
Yep. It's it's me to go now, so they've shot. I'm going to move my knights over here.
Okay.
Ooh, they do as well.
So when you move, do you have to move in a straight line or can you move in a wiggly line?
I think you can wiggle a bit. I don't think there's anything in the rule. I can't remember, to be honest, Graham.
I'll just
Anyway,
ask
I've
you.
gone straight anyway. Can you wiggle these? You can, can't you? Yeah, these are a simple set of rules. Nothing complicated about them, Graham. And back, so they're not within range of you.
Do you want to put them on the back edge to be sure?
No, I'll just make sure they're more than 18 inches.
I want to put them in the building, Alex.
I think that's fine.
Pop them in there. Pop them in there, mate.
Look, it's all right for you to say that. Look, have a look how many casualties you've taken. Yeah? That's a lot, isn't it? Now look over what I've lost over here.
Oh dear.
So why do you think I'm being a bit more defensive? I shall attack in a minute, don't worry.
Good. That's what good.
So that's the only offensive.
So you've done them, your skirmishers and these guys.
Yeah,
so you should have done a
they should have done.
You should have done a morale test, shouldn't
Thanks
you?
for reminding me.
You should have done it first. Yeah, there's 2 in there, mate. Your lucky dice are in there.
So they've lost 4, so it's minus 4.
So now he's rolled 5.
Yes.
He's on minus 4, takes him down to 1. Do you not lose a figure as well?
I do. I fall back half a move,
I think we won't be seeing them in again, will we?
and they lose another figure.
Right.
So once they start falling back in these rules, it's sometimes difficult to stop them.
Yeah.
So it's not looking very good. And I've still got my skirmishers to move, but they're not in range of anyone yet. So the problem is, if they go forward, you're going to shoot them rather a lot with your 2 lots of longbow, no doubt. So I'm just going to try and
Pop them in the woods.
put them in the wood. Yeah. Let's be sensible.
6. What do you
here.
need to move them?
It's 5. Yeah. So they're safely in the woods.
No, I won't worry about them too
They're
much.
not going to contribute much more to
So
this
that's my
game, I
turn
don't
then?
think. It's your turn, mate. Yeah.
Okay. Right, my turn. Alex has been baiting me a little bit, suggesting that I'm a little bit of a chicken sitting back here. But
I'd never use those words.
at least you did. I just edited them out.
Look, even the sheep are advancing.
Okay, so I'll do the easy ones first before I have to make any sort of strategic decisions, and they're going to fire at you at those because that's the only threat you've got because you've very craftily placed them out of range. So to shoot, I need a
6. No, well,
to hit
6 plus,
6 plus, yeah.
to shoot. That's
Yes.
to shoot with them,
So
which you get.
I get.
And you haven't failed yet, so that's not surprising. And now you hit
You never
on
mentioned
5s and
actually.
6s.
5s and 6s. Your armour is normally 3, but because you've got a
No,
Pavese,
it's normally 2, but
Normally
because
2.
you've got a Pavese, it's 4.
so it's
They're
so
pretty
it's,
hard to kill.
so it's 5s and 6s.
5 and 6.
So just 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've got one then.
That's 1 kill, yeah.
So what we need is an Alex then, isn't it?
I'll take a crossbowman off. So I've got to now do a test.
9.
They're all right.
I'm going to try and move these bowmen forward.
Okay.
So I need
6s.
6s, yeah.
Yeah.
7. Oh, so close to
No
failing.
problem. They move at 6 inches.
Oh, let's get them involved then, shall we?
It's all looking very much like an English victory. I don't know what I can do here to pull this out of the bag. I need my crossbowmen to do really well and my knights to do really well as well.
Guys behind. And then arms, I'm going to move them forward as well. 10.
No problem with that, is it?
6 inches, so they'll be on their wing. There. Waving their banners as they march forward. Do you know what? What the hell? I'm going to try and move himself forward. 11.
They love it, don't they?
So I'm just moving forward a little bit. What's your close range for shooting?
12 inches.
12 inches. I'm going to be.
Are you going to be just out of range?
I'm just going to be just over 12 inches out.
Didn't you just accuse me of doing something like
No,
that?
I never did. I edited that out, Alex. Can you just check they're over 12?
You're a little fibber.
No, not at all. Do you want to just check base to base?
I trust you.
Do you?
I won't measure. If you tell me it's 12 inches,
It's 12 inches.
One more hand.
Men at arms, they're going to move forward as well. So let me just measure these guys because they're going to have to move. They are 18 inches away.
Yeah, so I've got to move twice to hit you.
You're going to move twice, aren't you? 12 inches. I'm going to move them. Yeah, all right.
You're
aren't I?
rolling well tonight.
I am rolling well. Wish I didn't did this in my last game of Saga.
You're making up for it, mate.
So just over 12 away. And that is all I've got, mate. So
Oh, let's take all these figures off and it's my turn again, isn't it?
I'll hold on to
You
them.
can keep them over there if you like.
Thank you.
Right, so I'm going to fire my crossbowmen.
At whom? At my
The
bowman?
same target because I'm weakening them and hopefully they'll run away in a minute.
What do you need? 7, don't you?
I do. I failed, so I'm going to try and re-roll because my leader is nearby. And I failed again, so it's your turn again.
So it's end of turn. This is the beauty of Lions Rampant, isn't it?
Well, it depends on whether it's you doing it or not. Yeah, I'm not rolling very well tonight. I am trying to move, though, units difficult to activate the crossbowman at 7+. So.
Well, I'm going to try shooting you there. So they're going to shoot now.
Are they?
They're over 12 away.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, they do shoot.
I think that's a pass, isn't it?
So it's 5. They're hitting on 5s because they're over 12
Yeah.
inches. I've got armour of 4.
5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So that is a figure,
It's a
isn't it?
figure. So you have a morale test.
Which has got a -2 on it now.
Takes you down to 5.
Takes me down to 5. 1 back from my general who's nearby. It's 6.
So their courage is 4+.
Yeah, so they're fine.
The other bow unit
Yeah.
will shoot at the same target as well,
Yeah.
or try to. Rolled a 7, needed 6.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What did I need? 5s, did you say?
5s and 6s.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
So it's another figure.
Is it? It's in 4s, isn't it? It's in 4s, isn't it, Alex?
It's no, your long range.
Yeah,
so it's only 5 to 6s are hitting, and I've got armour of 4. Yeah, so you've taken a casualty off me.
Armour of 4. Yeah, so I have one more.
No,
so,
that's to hit.
yeah.
You
Okay,
hit me
yeah,
on 5 and
yeah.
6s, yeah.
So
my
you've
armour is 4, so you got 6 hits. I lose another figure.
now got a morale test again.
I have another test to do.
Oh my god. Oh, we're doing an Alex.
What do they call that again?
Doing an Alex,
Doing
they
an
call
Alex,
it.
yeah.
So, do
Well-
you want to go through the numbers?
I've rolled a 2. I've lost.
So the courage is 4.
So it's -1. My leader within 12 inches gets me back up to 0,
Which is around.
but it's not enough, so they run away. And I think on that note, we call it a day. Because I'm not going to do anything with one unit of knights, am I? So
Well.
I got. Now let's look at your casualties.
Let's look at Alex's
And then,
casualty.
do you want to look at mine?
Okay, we'll stop there. Right. Okay, so that's game over. As you see, Lines Rampant can be quite brutal when Alex is rolling an Alex, and we'll he's got his head in his hands. When you roll double ones, there is nothing you can do about it. If you've lost three figures,
Yeah.
and a double one takes you down to -1, even with a leader nearby, you're going to be on 0. You're going to lose it. So double one after losing, and if you're taking a morale test, you've lost figures,
Yeah.
so you are going to be on some sort of minus. It's going to hurt you, and you rolled it 3-4 times.
I don't know.
3 or 4 times. Don't worry, I've captured it all on video, Alex, so it'll all be there. So Lines Rampant can be cruel from that point of view. Also, Lion Rampant can be cruel when you're trying to activate units. And again, you did it twice. You went 1-1-1-1 when you were trying to activate, and you double failed where you didn't move anything, and it allowed me to shoot you multiple times, which again was a big advantage for me, and especially as I'm sitting on my hands a little bit here in a defensive shape.
We have sort of talked about this, haven't we? We did talk about longbow and crossbow, because crossbow, the basic crossbow unit, without being veteran or without the V's, they've got more chance of causing casualties on the longbow if they are activated to shoot, because they shoot on 4-5-6, longbow only on 5-6, or that's what they hit on,
Yeah.
to cause casualties. Now you upgraded your longbow.
My
that
bow
made them
to
the
longbow.
same factors as crossbow as far as chances of hitting are concerned.
Yep.
But the big thing that doesn't change is that crossbows are harder to activate. You have to roll
as
7+,
this is what I was just showing now.
as against 6+ for the longbow.
So if you look, shoot to 7+, whereas the bowmen here are 6+. So you can see there's a definite advantage with the bow there.
I think that, I know it depends on how you roll. You rolled particularly well tonight, and I didn't roll well, but I do think that does. The reason it was put in there is because crossbowmen were could outshoot the longbow. I mean, if they didn't have that, it means that every so often crossbows are going to fail. Because if you roll as bad as I did tonight, they're going to fail quite a lot, and then they're going to get shot to bits by longbow, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just unfortunate for me, and good for you. Yeah. The other thing we were going to discuss was about stakes.
And obviously, stakes you can put in front of your bowman. And this is what during the 100 Years' Wars is what Edward
They did it at Agincourt.
did at Agincourt. They did it at Crecy. They did it quite.
Crecy, they dug holes in the ground, I believe. They didn't put stakes up. They dug holes for the horses to trip up the horses.
But then they used it after Crecy
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, they did.
It became a bit of a standard tactic. We were discussing, obviously, if you're going to have these bad boys, you've got to pay for them. Now, you paid with your Pavises. It cost you 2 extra points for your crossbow unit to go from a standard how many points? 4 points, 4 to 6. If you was to run the same rule of thumb, this would be 2 points. To go in front of there, that would take my bowman up to 8 points.
Well, if you pay 2 points for them,
Exactly.
it depends.
Yeah.
If you think that's too much, it might only be a point. It depends how effective the stakes are, and they're not in the rules at the moment.
No.
And
So
the
so
reason they're not in the
so
rules.
so Neil and I played a game a few weeks ago, and it was out of one of the war game magazines, and it was a scenario. And the rule was it took 2 activations to drop your stakes down. But by the time you've done 2, if you've got cavalry there, they go 1, 2, and they're hitting you, and you're prepared. So I think
Quite hard.
I think that's quite harsh. It means you're not going to shoot. It means he's going to get cavalry in on if they move 10 inches. And I've got a range of 18. It means he can go in without penalty, unless you fail, obviously, your activation. So, what were your thoughts on rules with stakes, Alex?
Yeah, there's a lot of different opinions on this from what I've seen on the internet. There's been a bit of discussion going on. That's one option, which I'm not over keen on myself.
No, I'm
because
not.
2 moves for longbow to put stakes in front does seem quite harsh. The other ones I've seen are where it only takes 1 move, so you treat it as if it's a wall of spears. It takes 1 move to do. You obviously can't move with it. You can get flanked. And the 2 different options are what benefit it gives you. Is the one benefit would be that as the cavalry charge in, only cavalry, doesn't affect foot, only mounted, you roll to see whether the stakes do any damage, only hitting on 6s. I'm not keen on that myself. The other option would be that when the cavalry do charge in, again, only cavalry, not foot, because that's what they were put down for, to stop cavalry charging, or to make them hesitate at least. The horses would stop in front of them. Would be to reduce the attacking knight's armour down to 3 rather than 4. And I think 4, that would work quite well. I'd like to try it, but it does seem quite reasonable. But I would only then charge a point for that, to have stakes. That's not a big advantage, but it's enough to put knights off.
Yes, agreed.
But we haven't tried it yet, and we will do. The other thing is, because I don't think they're in the rules, because of course we are fighting a skirmish here, we're not fighting a big battle. And as far as I've read, in all the history books I've read, they were only really used in big battles.
So a question then, just chucking it out there. So were pavises used in skirmishes?
I think they were. The Genoese crossbowmen that were often used in Europe, they took them everywhere they went. And if they're in any sort of fight, they would use them.
I'm wriggling a little bit.
The only thing you could do, which would be fun, although I'm not sure you'll agree with this, they do cost quite a bit to have, but they do make them very, very effective defensive-wise, okay? But of course, famously at Cressy, the Genoese longbowmen had the crossbows in the wagons behind the battlefield, and they hadn't arrived. But the French king insisted they charged in or went forward. And because they had no pavises, they got shot to bits by the...
And then what happened with the...
So you could have a game where you pay for 2 points for having crossbows, but then you roll to see whether they actually are there or not. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I like... Well, I mean, maybe I'll be French next time, but...
No, I'm only joking. I think the crossbow 2 points is worth it because that makes them very, very defensive.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Kill, like they were today.
Okay, Alex. Well, listen. Thank you very much for leading me through. I'm getting the hang of the rules. These little cards make a big difference. They do help actually.
Well, you either have them on a sheet with all the different.
No, I quite like this actually.
But if you're only having 2 or 3 troop types, just have a card for each one.
Yeah,
I find it works quite well.
Yeah. Listen, Alex. Thanks again, and I look forward to our next game.
So do I, Graham. Get my revenge on you.
You will.
That was good. You bloody hammered me, you little git.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to stop it.
Well done. Nice game.
Yep, always a great fun game with Alex. Now I'm thinking I need another faction. Do I start painting Scots up, get them ready? Also, there was talk of crossover between Age of Crusade and Age of Chivalry. So, can I use my Teutons? Maybe my Arabs? Don't know. Anyway, I'll give it some thought. Anyway, I hope you like what you saw. Please like, subscribe, share it like-minded, and I'm sure there'll be more games coming up.